It is Friday, so you know what time it is. It is our Foodie Friday segment. This is the segment where we like to talk about cool food choices, spices, all things nices, and of course, recipes. Good recipes that you can check out. Well, our very good Greg Duray, who has been calling in usually almost every day, especially during the Tradio segment, has been sending me some really great recipes. I've already got one for next week already. Now, of course, if you want to submit a recipe to me, of course, you can do so, Matt at WRMN1410.com, or send it over to the text line at 505-926-1410. So definitely some good stuff there. So stay tuned for that. But let's head on into our food segment, our Foodie Friday segment. Now, this is a picture, and I'm putting it up on the screen here so y'all can see. I said y'all, like my brothers in Texas, y'all. This is called Chili Man and ghost pepper sauce. So this is something that he enjoys putting on lots of different things, especially for some hot, spicy foods to add a little bit of spice to it. This is the seasoning mix for Chili Man for the chili that's out there that Greg makes, depending on how you make your chili, of course. And then, of course, there's also Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper Naga. Oh gosh, I'm I'm trying to pronounce it. What is that? I'm zooming up real quick on this. Naga Jolokia, Naga Jolokia hot sauce. It is pretty hot. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. This is Chili Man. We're going to start with the Chili Man here, and you can find their website chiliman.com, and it is considered some good chili, man. That's why it's called Chili Man. Anyone can throw onions, garlic, spices, and red beans into a pot and hope for the best. Some actually do, but that's not them. They have their two-time award-winning chili recipe. It's fork and tasty. Yes, I had to say that slowly so that people on the air didn't hear it another way. But that's a little play on words there, because they're pretty, as they say, they're pretty damn good. Yes. So they've got some goods here. You can even do a no bean chili man chili. They've got it with beans, vegetarian, lean meat, seasoning mix, which of course is what Greg likes to use. But today we're also going to go through some of the delicious recipes that you can enjoy. And I'm going to talk about them with you here, doing a little bit of a scope on their website. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of chili. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not a huge fan, but I am going to have to try out some of these with the Chili Man mixes, recommended by Greg. So let's take a look at this one. This is called the Supreme Chili Man Nachos. Now, all you need is one 15-ounce can of Chili Man chili without the beans. So that sounds like a pretty good thing for me because I'm not a huge fan of chili, but if there's no beans in it, then it's pretty good. So one 15-ounce can, then it also includes a 32-ounce or half bag of tortilla chips, which of course you can't go wrong with the delicious tortilla chips, especially if you heat them up a little beforehand in the oven. Yes, helps to make it not only that they're already crunchy, but it gives it a nice little layer, a little burnt layer on the outside, at least around the edges to make it crispier. And then also a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. They say to use cheddar, Monterey Jack, or Mexican mix. Then what you do is you line a cookie sheet with aluminum foil and spread the tortilla chips on them. You spoon the chili over the chips. You sprinkle your choice of cheese over the top. You broil until the cheese melts, about 2 to 3 minutes. Now, if you do want it to feel kind of more like a chemical cheese kind of chili where, you have it on with the nachos and you want the cheese to kind of stick around, at least in a liquid formation and not have to harden, then of course I recommend adding a little bit of olive oil to it. Extra virgin olive oil to your cheese is going to help to keep that consistency at a liquid base, even when you heat it up to high temperatures. And the more you add, the more that'll happen. But you don't need a whole lot of it, but that's usually something that I do. I make a Velveeta cheese nacho dip, usually for holidays, and I usually add a little bit of some extra virgin olive oil to it to kind of help the cheese to stay in that liquid consistency to the best of its ability, especially when you're heating it up. Another recipe to enjoy from Chili Man is the Chili Man cheese fries. Now, of course, cheese fries, you can't go wrong with them, especially as a comfort food. Now, you can be the life of the party, folks, with all of these delicious choices. The Chili Man cheese fries includes one 15-ounce can of Chili Man chili without the beans. You can also do it with the beans too if you like. One 32-ounce package of frozen French fries and Velveeta cheese, an ounce of it. And again, like I said, if you want to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to that Velveeta cheese and mix it in, that's going to help to keep that consistency the same without it hardening too quickly. You cook the fries and the chili according to the directions on the package. Heat the Velveeta according to the package directions. Then what you do is you put the fries in a large platter. You pour the chili over the fries and top it with melted cheese, and you serve it immediately. And they should be having that in bold immediately, especially if you're coming hungry to a party or even just having it for yourself. Another recipe that's from Chili Man here is the Mexican Chili Man Chili Bake. Now, this includes with the beans for that 15-ounce can. You can also do a package of 8-ounce each shredded cheddar cheese. You get a jar of taco sauce, roughly about 20 ounces, they recommend. Can never have too much of the taco sauce. Nacho chips, a bag of them, one 16-ounce bag. You can do a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes and tomato sauce included in there too. Then what you do is you mix that Chili Man chili, diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, and taco sauce all in a skillet. You heat it, simmering 15 minutes. Now, then what you get is a casserole dish. Then you layer it as follows. So first you add the crunchy nacho chips. Then you add the chili mixture. Then the shredded cheese. You repeat it until the chili mixture is used up and sprinkled cheese on the top. And you can bake it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, served deliciously. There's also something called the cowboy burritos that you can use Chili Man chili with beans, even that mixture included. You get a package of the 16-ounce shredded cheddar cheese, I don't know why I said 4. 8 7-inch flour tortillas. I think it's why I saw it as 4, even though it's flour. And then also one 8-ounce jar of salsa. Then what you do is you fold the sides towards the center over the cheese. You sprinkle the cheese on top of the chili first. You roll up from the bottom. You can place seam side down on the microwave safe plate. Microwave it on high for 2 to 3 minutes or until hot. Rotating dish after 1 to 1.5 minutes. You let it stand for 2 minutes before serving. So that's a good option there for you. And there's a couple other ones that you can also check out. They have a championship Chili Man dip. You can also try Chili Man pasta. They also have baked potatoes in Chili Man. You can do a Supreme Chili Man nachos, like I said before. So there's a whole list that you can choose from. So check them out for more information. You can view them on their website. Chiliman.com is their website to go to. You can also find them on Facebook too. And right now you can get a coupon for $1 off 1 can of that chili. Now, of course, you can also enjoy the seasoning mix too, to enjoy on lots of different options. Chili Man seasoning mix. But then the next thing too here is that ghost pepper. This is called Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper. Let me bring it up here. This is the Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper hot sauce. Now, it is quite hot, I think, at least, maybe. I got to look at the level and see how hot it is. Now, Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper hot sauce, they do have a chart here that you can see too. So depending on which one you get is going to tell you exactly what the level of hotness it is. So if you enjoy the scorpion pepper, that's insanely hot, ultimate insanity in ghost pepper. So there's those options there for you. This one is the so hot it's spooky ghost pepper. So it's going to be quite hot. So if you can't take the heat from this might not be the option for you, but there's lots of different ways that you can use it. What are some ways? Well, of course, you can sprinkle it on, I don't know, if you want to be a daredevil, you want something extra sweet and very hot too, you can try a mixture of doing it with like a sweet casserole, or of course, like a breakfast casserole. Sometimes people do like hot sauce with their breakfast. Maybe you want it with a side of eggs. However, you might choose to do so. But that's the option there for you. You can check out Chili Man. That is Chili Man Chili. 2-time award-winning chili. It's pretty tasty if you want to give it a try. And then, of course, also Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper Sauce. It is quite hot. So if you want to check it out, you can also find it at World Market, Walmart, salsaexpress.com, Julasco, hotsauce.com. They even, interestingly enough, have them on eBay. I'm hoping that they are unopened, that you don't buy them already opened. Like someone said, "Oh gosh, I can't finish this. It's just too darn hot. Didn't realize it was going to be super hot, so now I got to sell it on eBay." But that's the suggestion for the day. If you want to check out more, you can check them out on their website, chiliman.com, or also check out Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper. We do have a caller on hold. Let's take it to the phone lines. Hi there, caller. Welcome to the show.
It's Greg.
I knew it was going to be you, Greg. How you doing there today?
I just want to tell you, do not underestimate the Dave's ghost pepper sauce. I use it. I like to use extracts, pepper extracts, and for people who are familiar with those, a little like a 1 ounce jar of extracts usually goes anywhere from like $40 to $100.
Okay.
It takes millions of peppers to extract that heat. But the nice thing about them is it's like a volume control. You can put a drop or two, and when I say a drop or two, I mean it. Dave's is kind of a affordable version. It's not as hot, but it's pretty darn close. And when I say a drop or two in a bowl of chili will set you on fire. I took it to work one time because I would like to have it there. Sometimes I'll put a dash in like some soup or whatever just to warm things up. But somebody treated it like Tabasco sauce, one of my coworkers, and they came running out of the back room almost screaming.
Oh gosh.
They put, yeah, it is that hot. So use it sparingly. Like I said, a couple drops, maybe a quarter teaspoon in a pot of chili would be very noticeable. So, but
Nice.
thanks for your mention. Chili Man has been a great product, and like I said, I use a seasoning mix as a base. I usually substitute the water with maybe some beer, and you take it from there. Put whatever you normally like to put in chili, but it creates a nice base and a starting point.
Nice. All right, there you go. There's the recommendation. You just need a little bit of a dabble.
Everybody have a great weekend.
All right, you too, Greg. Thanks again. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, it's approaching 48 past the hour. We're going to take our final time out. And when we come back, we'll talk more about what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. You are listening to Out to Lunch. And Brendan, I do see you in the comments there. I know your favorite is macaroni and cheese. That sounds delicious. And you can even add a little chili there. And if you want, give it a try. That Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper hot sauce, if you dare. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN.